Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a good day. Today we're going to be doing sections 3.4, writing equations. What I'd like you to do right now is please pause the video and do the warm-up. Alright, so hopefully you had an opportunity to do the warm-up. Now we're going to review how to do it. So remember, my first step to solve an equation is to first simplify the equation. How do I simplify? Well, I'm looking, can I distribute or combine like terms? I see this negative 8 being multiplied on the outside, so I'm going to multiply negative 8 by each term on the inside. I get negative 48p. This is negative 8 times negative 5, which is positive 40, equals 16. My second step is to add or subtract the constant. Remember, the constant is the number without the variable. In this situation, it's the positive 40, so this is a positive sign. So to undo adding 40, I subtract 40 from both sides. Remember, my 40s on this side are now canceling out. I'm left with negative 48p equals negative 24. Next, I'm going to multiply or divide the coefficient. Coefficient, remember, is the number that's with the variable. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 48 since it's being multiplied. Okay, when I divide negative 24 by negative 48, that gives me a positive. Maybe you left it as 1/2. If you actually divided it out, you would have gotten 0.5. Okay, that seems a little questionable, so remember, you can always check your answer. Okay, so if I substitute 0.5 in for p, I've got negative 8 times the quantity of 6 times 0.5 minus 5 equals negative 16. If I type this in my calculator, I'm hoping that I'm going to get negative 16. Negative 16 equals negative 16, so I know that I'm correct. All right, moving on. Today, like I said earlier, we're going to be doing section 3.4, which is writing equations. Two goals today. First of all, to be able to write equations to represent different situations. And our second goal is to continue to explain the solution and check our solution of the problem. All right, I'd like you to pause the video right now. I want in your notes for you to write down the plus, minus, multiply, and divide signs, and I want you to categorize all these words into each operation. When you're finished, move on to press play, and it will be on the next slide. All right, here's where you should have put each word. We're going to be using these words in our problems today, so it's really important that you understand which word means which operation. One I want to really make sure you're keeping in mind is, remember, sum, difference, product, and quotient all mean the answer to that operation. All right, so here's what we're going to be doing today. One of the most important things that you take away is that is means equal. So anywhere in my problem where I see this word is, that means that I'm going to be writing an equal sign. I'm going to be writing my equation. So the sum of 4 and 5 is 9. Sum tells me that I need to add. Remember our trick with sum, product, quotient, and difference is you find that word and that's where you put that operation. So 5 plus 4 is 9, equals 9. Okay, now let's add this into looking at some verbal phrases and writing an equation. So my first equation says 9 less than a number, W, is 12. Remember, if we start to get wordy in this, you can kind of cross out things like, I don't need to have the word a number here. I already have a variable to represent that number. So now I read it again. 9 less than W is 12. Remember, less than means that I'm taking 9 away from something. I'm taking 9 away from W. Is means equals 12. Here's another example. 3 increased by the difference of P and 5 is 15. So again, I can kind of eliminate some words. I know is 15 means equals 15. 3 increased by, so the number 3 is being increased by something. It's being increased by the difference of P and 5. Remember, difference means answer to our subtraction. So I'm thinking I need to do that first. Difference means to subtract. So I put the subtraction sign where the word and is. P minus 5. I need to tell the reader, do P minus 5 first. All right, the next one says 4 times the sum of n and 5. Again, sum is kind of like the word difference. It means answer to. So 4 times, 4 means 4 times, 4 multiplied by. The sum, two things I'm adding together are n and 5. N plus 5 is 44. All right, here's a couple more examples. I want you to pause the video right now and try these. When you're finished, go ahead and press play to reveal the answers. Okay, hopefully you got a chance to review those. So the sum of 5 times a number plus negative 5 is 15. So a number, remember that's going to be a variable. So the sum of 5 times a number, so 5x, plus negative 5, I'm going to put that negative 5 in parentheses so the plus and the minus aren't touching each other, is 15. The next one, a difference of 5 times a number and 9 is 26. So difference means to subtract, the subtraction sign where the word and is. So 5x minus 9 equals 26. Last one, 4 subtracted from. This is one of those ones where it was kind of weird. I'm subtracting 4 from something. That means I'm taking 4 away from something. What am I taking 4 away from? The quotient of a number and 2. Okay, so maybe you wrote that as x divided by 2 like this. Maybe you wrote it as x over 2. Either one means the same thing. Is negative 6, so is means equal. All right. Now we're doing the same thing, but it says then solve. So make sure you're paying attention to directions in your assignment for today. I also threw in the then solve. Okay, so now I'm solving these equations. So I have 6 times the sum of 4 and a number is 12. So a number I'm going to have be my variable. Okay, 6 times, remember the sum means answer to. So I put that in parentheses. 4 plus x is 12. Okay, so now I want to solve this equation, so I'm going to draw my line down my equal sign. Remember, like we talked about in the warm-up, my first step is to simplify. I'm going to distribute. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 6x equals 12. Add or subtract my constant. Well, my constant is this 24, so I'm going to subtract 24 from both sides. I'm going to move over here. I don't run out of room. 6x equals negative 12. Now I get rid of my coefficient. If I'm multiplying or dividing, since it's multiply, I divide both sides by 6. I get x equals negative 2. Okay, let's do one more. 6 less than the product of 13 and a number is 33. So again, a number is my variable. 6 less than, that's where I'm subtracting 6 from something. What am I subtracting 6 from? The product of 13 and a number. Product means to multiply. I don't have to put that in parentheses because remember, order of operations, I would multiply first anyways. If you want to, that's fine. You put it in parentheses. Now I'm going to solve, so I add or subtract my constant from both sides. I get 13x equals 39. Multiply or divide my coefficient, so I'm going to divide both sides by 13. X is equal to 39 divided by 13 is 3. All right, we're going to look at one more word problem, or one word problem. Here's what it says. It says 331 students went on a field trip. 6 buses were filled with 7 students traveling in cars. Write an equation where B is the number of students that traveled on buses. So first of all, they want us to write an equation. So I'm thinking, okay, I should have an equal sign here. B is representing our number of students on buses. So I don't know how many students are on buses, but I do know that there's 6 buses. So how would I find the total if I had 6 buses and there's B students? Well, if I knew what B was, let's just say 100. Okay, if there were 100 students on each bus, how many students would that be? I'd multiply 6 by 100. But since I don't, I'm going to multiply 6 times B. Looking at this problem, 331 is representing all the students, the total. Okay, on the first, one of the earlier slides, we talked about total means adding. I'm finding the total amount of people. My total is 331. What else makes up the total? Well, we have 7 students that had to come in cars. So I'm going to add those 7 onto the students that were on the bus. Okay, so there's my equation. All I was asked to do was write an equation. So here's my equation. All right, that is it for the lesson for today. So what you need to do next is go into Schoology, find the 3.4 Writing Equations Day 1 worksheet, and answer those problems in your notebook. Have a great day.